What's going on, dudes? Jason here with some kill confirmed on Baccarat, or however you're supposed to pronounce that name. It's an MP7 gameplay. I think I used the ACR for like my first life or two, and then I switch over to the MP7. And excuse me, the final score is 48-12, which might seem like a lot of deaths, but you'll see me running around the map actually picking up tags this game, which is why my deaths are a little higher than normal. You know, I'm not running Assault. I believe I'm running the UAV, Stealth Bomber, and EMP kill streaks, and I ended up getting 48 kills, so, you know, it worked out pretty good. And, you know, this is pretty atypical for me. You know, it's not something normal for me to post a gameplay of me actually running around playing objectively. You know, usually I'm trying to build up a kill streak or get a Moab or something like that. And, you know, I'm the first to admit that that's probably not the way you should play. You should help your team out. But, you know, it's just so nice to call in, like, Pavlos and AC-130s and Moabs and, you know, all these high kill streaks. But anyways, I'm going to talk about 5 things in Call of Duty that they could change right now that would make the experience much better for me. And today being February 5th, 2012, it's Super Sunday. Most of you guys already know that. You know, any Giants and Patriots fans out there, be sure to leave a comment in the comments section. You know, for me, I think it's undeniable that the Giants are the better football team right now. You know, their defense is like 10 times better than the Patriots defense. And I could even argue that the Giants offense is playing better right now because, you know, I don't know, they have a decent running game with those 2 backs. And, you know, I could even argue that I'd rather have their 3 wide receivers, excuse me, rather than having, you know, Wes Welker and those tight ends that Tom Brady has. So I feel like the Giants are just the better team. So obviously if I was betting, I would pick them to win. But I'm rooting for the Patriots today. So we'll just have to see what happens. But anyways, into these 5 things that I want to discuss, and basically I left any kind of like connection related things out of this. You know, connection's something that Call of Duty is not always necessarily at fault for. Like sometimes the player just has a bad connection or something like that. So I'm not going to be talking about lag compensation or connection issues or any kind of, you know, connectivity things. It's just going to be strictly things that they could change within the game, like the programming and the code and stuff like that they could change. So I'm going to start at the bottom of my list and work my way up to the top. Number 6, well, I have 6 things here, but 2 of them go together, so technically it's like 5. But the bottom of this list is player animations. And sometimes these things will get me killed. I don't know if this has ever happened to you guys before, but sometimes I'll be like scoped in with like my sniper rifle and I'll see another sniper and he'll be like waving his right arm and like turning his head and like signaling to his teammates behind him or something like that, and then he'll just kill you. Like and then you watch the kill cam and he was looking down the sight the whole time just staring at you. You know, so it's things like that that can throw you off. And sometimes I feel like the reload animation, it looks like a player is reloading, or it looks like a player is switching weapons and really they've already got the weapons in their hand. You know, I don't know. Maybe that has something to do with lag. I'm not sure. But there's a lot of player animations that get you killed because the player's not actually doing what the character looks like. So I feel like the player animations could really be tweaked a little bit so that they're not as, like, you know, deceiving as they seem to be when you're playing the game. But that's not really a big deal to me. You know, it took me a long time to come up with, like, a last topic. Really, it was just 4 main points that I really wanted addressed. But you know, after I thought about it, you know, that kind of does piss me off sometimes with the animations. But anyways, moving on the list, the sound options from Black Ops, I believe, should be in here. If you guys remember Black Ops, you had like 4 categories. They had the cinematics volume, voice volume, and master volume, and sound effects volume. Now, you know, when I played zombies, I turned the voice all the way up because I could hear the zombies, like, you know, like the noise that they make when they're breaking out and stuff. You could hear their voices. And when you want to play domination or demolition or something and you need to hear when the flag or the bomb has been planted or the flag has been captured or whatever, you could turn the voice volume up when he's like, we're losing A, you know, you really hear it. And but most of the time when I played multiplayer in Black Ops, I turned the sound effects all the way up so that I could hear footsteps better. But now we have this annoying, like, just one master key volume that keeps everything into play. And what happens is all those annoying musics that play and noises that play when you complete challenges, you know, disrupt your hearing from the game. So I really wish they would have those options in the game for the player to manipulate them any way they wanted to. You know, that way you could set the sound exactly how you wanted to and not just have one master volume. I really feel like they let the ball drop on that one from Black Ops to this game, but you know, what can I say? You know, they did what they did, but I really wish that that was something that they could put back into this game, like right now through a patch. But you know, obviously they can't, because I think there was like other commentators that are like much more well known than me that actually have influence over like Call of Duty, and you know, that's something that they've complained about and nothing has been addressed. So it's probably something that they can't really fix. You know, in this game, it just has to be something for the future games that Infinity Ward makes. But definitely the sound options. Now moving up to the list, I think they should remove all akimbo weapons from this game. And a lot of people don't like this. A lot of people like the, you know, really good secondaries, but you know, just take it back to that Call of Duty 4 style. You know, really all you had was like pistols and, you know, some very basic secondary, like RPGs and stuff. Like, it wasn't anything like over the top, you know. Akimbo doesn't do anything but just, you know, make the guns way too powerful. Like, you know, if somebody runs around with just one FMG or one M9 or something like that and kills everybody, then that's fine. But what you do when you add two guns is you're just basically like double the bullets coming out. Like, obviously it makes complete sense. If they're shooting double the bullets at you than they normally would be able to without akimbo, then obviously they're going to kill you within a matter of like a second. You know, everybody feels like, oh my god, the fire rate is so high on the FMG9s. It's like, yeah, the fire rate is high on one FMG9, let alone two. So when they're shooting those close range, you just have no chance. And I feel like that would remove a lot of frustration if they, you know, took akimbo out of the game. All akimbos, you know, pistols, machine pistols, all of it. Just take it out and make people actually use their skill. You know, aim down sights. You know, actually like work your way around the map the way you should if you're using like a gun that's really close range like that. But anyways, that's one big thing right there that I feel like a lot of people would probably agree with, that the akimbos are annoying and frustrating. But the next two are the ones that go together. They should either... this is what I think they should do. I think they should increase the damage that grenades do, and then also buff up Blast Shield to be like Flak Jacket from Black Ops. This is ridiculous where you can land a grenade almost right next to somebody and it doesn't kill them because of the weakness of them. And then Blast Shield only lets you survive like one grenade. Like, the second grenade will kill you. And that's something that gets frustrating to people, I think, that are coming over from Black Ops and had Flak Jacket and could survive explosions for like, you know, 10 minutes long and never die. But yeah, they should either do that combination of increasing the grenade damage and Blast Shield, or they should just make the Scavenger perk replenish your grenades. You know, I don't know why, since the grenades are so ineffective in this game, why they won't let you replenish them. I think they don't want people replenishing Bouncing Betties and Claymores. I think that's pretty much what it is. But, you know, I don't think there's any problem with replenishing the grenades. You know, Black Ops and Modern Warfare 2 had replenished grenades from Scavenger. And even, what was I thinking about? There was another game that something similar. I don't know what I was thinking, but something just came through my head that was really good thought, and I messed up. But yeah, so Scavenger refill grenades or the combination of increasing grenade power and Blast Shield would be very good, I think. And then the number one thing is the final stand in Dead Man's Hand. When you drop somebody, you should get credit for the kill and not an assist when that person's finished off. That should be fixed. If you are the person that puts somebody into Final Stand or Dead Man's Hand, you should get credit for the kill. Or they should just take both of those out. Like, why are those death streaks in the game? Like, nobody has problem with Revenge or Juiced or Hollow Points. Everybody has problems with the ones that drop them to the ground and, like, they kill you from it. Like, why do you give people a second chance? Just take those out of the game. But anyways, definitely they're not going to take them out of the game, so you should definitely get credit for the kill when it comes time to give credit for the kill when that person's finally killed off. So anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this game. Let me know if you agree or disagree with anything I said, and if you have any of your own ideas about what they could change. So I'll talk to you guys later, and y'all have a good day.